What's up, everybody? Welcome to Chats with the Freak. My name's Emmy Susani, and I'm your host. This episode is very special to me. I've had the great opportunity of covering the Wisconsin Death Trip 20th Anniversary Tour a couple times this year, and tonight I got to cover it again in Columbus, Ohio, but this time I got to bring on some awesome guests to the podcast. Tony from Static X, Virus from Dope, and Raven Black. So I'm really excited that they all took the time out of their busy schedule. One, I interrupted his dinner, unfortunately, but you guys will hear a bit more about that in a second. Uh, so I'm really grateful that they all took time out of their schedules to speak with me. So stay tuned for some awesome chats on the Wisconsin Death Trip 20th Anniversary Tour. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Chats with the Freak. I have Virus with me from the band Dope. How are you doing tonight?
Are you what?
What?
Did you call yourself a freak?
Yeah,
Oh.
my podcast is called Chats with the Freak. I'm the freak.
Okay, well then I have a weird name too, just like you.
Yeah, it works.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
Chats with the Freak. It's kind of a play on Bleed the Freak by Alice in Chains.
One of my favorites.
Yeah, that's my all-time favorite. That's
Yeah.
my favorite band.
Yeah,
Oh my
me
god,
too.
they're so good. What's your favorite album?
Charflies.
Oh, that's such a good
Yeah,
one. That's
yeah.
such a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
I like
working.
the first record too. Yeah.
Facelift. I love the artwork on Facelift.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Oh my god, like it has like a creepy feeling, but it's
I
so
love
good.
every single song on there.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
so good. They have albums that you can just play from like the beginning till the end, and they don't. It's
I know,
so good.
never
It's
gets
so
old.
good. Never gets old. So you guys are playing in Columbus tonight. You guys have been with Static X for a hot minute on this tour. I shot you guys back in.
Yeah, it's been half a year.
Yeah, I shot you guys back in July on this tour. It's
Right
been
Where in Cleveland?
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh and Reading.
Gotcha. Cool.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute.
Yeah,
You guys
man.
have been doing this. So how's the tour been treating you?
I'm tired. I gotta admit, I'm tired, man, and want to go home. But I only got a couple weeks left, so it's all good.
That's cool. So when does this tour wrap up?
It wraps up the 9th of... No. Well, Dopes is done December 9th, and the tour goes on for another 10 days
Okay.
without us.
Okay. You guys excited to go home for the holidays then?
Yeah, I'm just excited to go home in general.
How long have you guys been on the road with them?
Since June 24th, maybe, was the first gig.
Oh my god, that's insane.
Yeah, and we've done the whole world, so it's just, it's tiring.
Yeah. I came back to Columbus
Yeah.
for whatever reason back in the area. It's been a lengthy freaking tour. So how have you guys been? I know you guys have been going through a lot of stuff on this tour, different controversies on Facebook and all that nonsense.
Yeah, but I feel like it's with the internet now and just the way people are. I don't know. I feel like it's part of the thing. People talk shit and don't really need to, and
Yeah.
then it becomes a thing, and then people latch onto it and just perpetuate it, and it's just.
Bunch of
I'm still
keyboard
getting messages from that stupid Rob Flynn thing.
Uh-huh.
It's like I'm like, dude, he apologized the next day. It's over.
Yeah.
Like
People don't want to let stuff go.
yeah, and it was like, yeah, and they love the drama, but it wouldn't be like that in real person.
Yeah.
If they were standing here, like, I just feel like it's what people do when they're online. It's like they troll and
They just talk a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same thing. Like anybody releases a new album, and it's like, oh, this album's like whatever, and then they like see the person's like, oh my god, I'm such a big fan of you. How
Yeah.
are you? And it's like,
Yeah.
okay, you're a fucking.
The trick
keyboard
is
warrior.
never read the comments on any article. I don't like Blabbermouth. I don't read. I don't
Oh,
need
yeah.
to. Because when does anybody say anything good? And the other thing is like they don't understand what it's like to do this. That like they have no clue what it's like to do this, and they just feel the need. Oh, Kerry King, blah blah blah, or Motley Crue's touring again, and it's just like you have no idea how this works, But people just say stuff.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, and you're right. People don't know what it's like. They think, oh, this band's on tour and they're doing this huge party all the time and whatever. It's
Oh
like,
yeah, look at it. This is
Yeah.
we're partying here.
Yeah, it's.
I'm about to
insane.
take a nap.
I
As soon
know.
as I walk you guys out, I'm taking a 2-hour nap.
I feel that. No, I totally get that. I do a lot of traveling doing like my different photo stuff, and it's hell. And I know you guys. I'm not performing like you guys are, so it has to be 10 times
Yeah,
worse
it's
for
like
you guys.
it's physical. Like it's tiring. Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, for my band, we're pretty energetic. So yeah, you get tired and you got to rest and take care of your health.
Yeah, and chill out and try to.
Yeah.
Everyone's just chilling around on their phones, like taking naps. And it's like, oh yeah, this
Back
is.
in the day before phones, it was just everybody would actually talk to each other and be like, hey, but now, yeah, here's everybody now.
Everyone's on Instagram talking shit.
Yeah,
like we were
exactly.
talking earlier.
Yeah, exactly.
Literally, like we were talking about earlier. Everyone's just on the internet talking shit instead of actually talking in person.
Mm-hmm.
It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. So you guys, with Dope, you guys released an album in 2016.
Yes.
Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
Are you guys been? I know it was a part 1 of something.
Yeah, we make jokes like we're gonna do part 3 next, and like we're not even gonna do that. We're gonna do the prequel.
Like Star Wars?
Yeah, we're gonna do
you guys
like.
are just gonna re-release everything like
it'll
everywhere.
be the album before Blood Money Part 1. We actually we're thinking like 2021. It's not etched in stone, but yeah, we're always working on stuff. It's just a big undertaking for this band because of we record everything ourselves. We're really critical of the artwork. It takes a while. We make all our own videos, so it's like we produce ourselves, so it's a big thing for my band. So to say, hey, this is when we're definitely gonna have it done, it really doesn't work that way. For us. There's a lot that happens, but we always have stuff in the can. We've always got ideas that are half done. Like we're always way ahead, which people probably think that we're not because of the way our records have been released recently, but we already started working on songs and stuff like that. We got all next year to complete it, so no worries.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, just because you guys aren't releasing an album every 6 months or a single or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, you don't need to do it every 6 months.
Yeah.
I mean, especially nowadays, there's even bands that just do singles. Like they'll release a song, 3 months later release another song. Like that's a whole other
tactic. What's your opinion on that though? Because
I think it depends on the band. Like for Dope, we like the artwork part of it. We like to have a theme. We talked about it, but like I think that because we did Blood Money Part 1, we kind of have to complete it as an album. So, and everybody keeps asking, when's Blood Money Part 2? Blah blah. It's like the most asked question.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's probably what we'll end up doing. Another album.
Another full album like that.
Yeah, the single thing works for some bands. We talked about it, but I don't think we're doing that.
Doesn't work like that, yeah. No, I totally get that, and I think you're right. I think it depends on the band, and it depends on what they do. Because there's some bands that do like full concept albums.
Yes.
And there's other bands that are kind of like Shinedown, where they can kind of piece together an album with a bunch of singles, and it doesn't seem like thrown together.
Yeah.
So I totally agree with that. I think it depends on the band.
Yep.
And some people think it's like you have one set way of doing shit, and it's just not.
Everybody's different,
Yeah, for sure. So do you guys have anything lined up for 2020?
Maybe some festivals. I don't know. It's too early to say. There's always stuff in the works, and stuff pops up. But got to do a lot of work on the album. But offers come and go. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, for sure. So hopefully you guys are ready to get off this run with Static X. I'm sure it's been fun, but
everybody wants to go home and do the holiday thing,
Go home, take a nap, do some holiday stuff.
Well, I'm taking a nap in like 3 minutes. If I don't fall asleep on you, right?
Yeah, I know, right? It's like, oh, I'm ready for a nap. Well, I'm going to let you go take a nap, and we can wrap this up. Thank you for taking time with me.
Great to talk to you, and thanks for having me.
No problem. Thank you. What's up, everybody? It's Emmy from MSU Media, and welcome to Chats with the Freak. I have Tony from Static X with me, and I'm interrupting his dinner right now, and I'm very sorry for that, but where are you chowing down on?
This guy outside the parking lot, he's making food, and I'm eating some shrimp scampi and some mac and cheese.
That's the one cool thing about Columbus. They have this random like food trucks that just like pop up out of nowhere, especially when there's like hockey going on.
It's like this dude that just comes out and cooks for all the bands. Yeah, he comes out all the time. He's a really cool dude. Like I don't know that he does it for a living. He just like decides to come out and like cook for everybody.
He just wants to come out and cook. Some people do that. They're just like, oh, I'm gonna go cook for like whatever band's in town. Like, oh, they're playing at this venue. Oh, I want to go cook for Static X tonight.
Exactly, and we appreciate it.
That actually kind of reminds me of a story when I shot John 5 for the first time. It was right after I graduated from culinary school, and I mentioned that to him, and I ended up, he's like, oh, you should make me cookies sometime. So I ended up taking him cookies for the next show. It was really funny.
Well, there you go. Careful what you ask for.
I know, right? Maybe I should have brought Static X cookies. That's what I should have done. I didn't come prepared.
Oh, the guy beat you to the punch.
I know, right? So you guys have been doing this Wisconsin Death Trip anniversary tour for like ever. I shot you guys earlier this year on it up in Reading.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, Reading.
That was a hot one.
Yeah, it was a pretty good. That was burning.
Yeah.
No, listen, I work in a kitchen. It's my day job, obviously. And I came straight from there. I'm like, oh, when I get to the venue, there's gonna be air conditioning. And I walk in and it's like 90 degrees.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm going to pass the fuck out.
Yeah.
Oh, that was
pretty
ridiculous.
brutal.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. But I'm sure that's probably not as ridiculous as this long ass run that you guys have been on.
No, I'd rather do a long ass tour than one blazing hot show.
Oh, really?
But yeah, I mean, we've had a couple of weeks off between runs, but it's been good, and we're having a blast. So doesn't feel too bad,
Doesn't feel too bad to be out here. That's awesome. That's awesome. So how long do you guys still have on the run?
We're out on the road until December 18th.
December 18th. Are you guys excited to go back home for the holidays then, right after that, or?
Yeah, that'll be fun. Get home. We'll miss Thanksgiving, but
yeah,
we'll get Christmas.
That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool. So obviously this tour, you guys have been on the road since what, May with this? May or June?
June. We started in June. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. How has it been being on the road this long, and do you have any like super memorable shows from it? Obviously, other than Reading being freaking 100 degrees in the venue.
Yeah. On that first leg, we did a radio show in Wisconsin. That was really cool. To get to bring Wisconsin Death Trip to Wisconsin again. The show we did in Grand Rapids, Michigan, where Wayne's family came out, that was a really important, very emotional day. Getting to play Moscow for the first time. Static X
cool.
never went to Moscow, to Russia or Ukraine, so that was really cool to be able to bring it.
Oh, that's really cool. I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, there's been a lot of cool moments.
A lot of cool like little memories in there. That's really awesome. That's great. So obviously it's been a while since you guys have been playing some of the songs off of that record. How's it been kind of brushing the dust off some of those and bringing them out?
Yeah, it's been fun. I haven't played these songs in like over a decade, so I just forgot how much fun they are,
How much fun it is to get out there and be jumping around.
Yeah. So it's been really cool to revisit these songs again.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So out of probably all of the songs off the album, which one do you think's been as well received being played live?
It's hard to pick because they go pretty nuts for all of them.
That's kind of, everyone kind of loses their mind.
Yeah.
I noticed that in Reading, specifically. Jurgles, I saw you guys in Warrendale too, and that crowd was a little bit more tame. Reading was absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see how the crowd is tonight. You guys have been obviously working on a new album that's been highly anticipated. Can you tell me a little bit about that? That's where I was going with that.
Okay. Well, the main goal now is once we get done with this tour, is to finish the record. We're pretty close. We just got to get home and do it, because you can't really work on a record while you're out on tour.
Yeah.
So, we're gonna get home, finish the record, and it'll be out finally, and it'll be cool.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I'm really pumped for that album. I really am. I'm excited to see what you guys do with it. But yeah, you guys can't really be working. You guys have been on the road like most of this year, so working on the album is just that's almost impossible. That's almost impossible.
Yeah.
But I think that is all I have for you, now that I remembered my train of thought. Thank you for letting me interrupt your dinner with my nonsense. I really appreciate that. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Chats with the Freak. I have Raven Black in my part 3 of the Wisconsin Death Trip anniversary tour tonight. How are you doing tonight, doll?
I'm great. How are you doing?
I'm doing great now that we're out in the cool. I think every time I've covered this tour this year, because I covered the Reading part of it, was so hot. Like, the venues are always so hot. I don't know why.
Well, Static X, Wisconsin Death Trip, we're packing the house. They're selling out most of their shows. So everybody's really, really pumped up, and it's been just a great lineup, great tour. So that's where you're feeling the heat.
Yeah, the heat's coming from the heat on the stage and how fire these bands are, obviously.
Yep.
So you guys have been doing this tour since June with them, right?
Correct.
Right. I remember I saw you guys back at the Reverb, like I said, in Reading. That was hotter than it is tonight in the venue. So how have you guys been liking the tour?
It's been awesome. I mean, so far, with the exception of how cold the weather's getting, it's just a kick-ass tour. We knew it would be. We were excited to come in back and do the second part of it. And we're going to finish it out. It's a great way to finish out the year.
That's awesome. So you guys, I've seen you guys open for other bands before. I saw you guys on the Cradle of Filth tour, stuff like that. How does this tour differ from from touring with a band like that on an anniversary tour rather than a band just promoting an album that they're releasing?
You know what? I only have one thing to say. I mean, each tour is different, but it brings in a whole different feel, a different vibe. You know, tonight Mushroomhead just joined us. I mean, it's just a killer lineup. We've been really, really lucky as an opening support band to, you know, share a stage with these really phenomenal musicians that have this history and this experience behind them. They're all down to earth, they're cool as fuck, and they've just made us feel very welcomed and kind of like the big brothers, you know, and just taking care of us. We're a new band, and, you know, it's just been really fun.
That's awesome. I love that about the rock community, that, like, there's nobody really, like, out. They don't make anybody feel like they're out of it. Like, they're very welcoming, and I absolutely love that.
It becomes a community, and it's just metal, you know what I mean? Like, there's no egos and stuff like that. It's just been really fun. You know, day one, you know, Static X guys, Ken J came up and was like, you know, if you guys need anything, water or anything, you just let me know. I mean, we're like, oh my God, that's so fucking cool, you know?
Right.
They're just great guys.
That's awesome. So you guys have been killing it on this tour, growing your fan base even more. Like, I've seen you guys on so many awesome tours. You guys got one coming up that we were actually talking to about before I started recording. You guys have the In This Moment tour coming up, and when does that start?
It starts in March. I believe it's March 28th or 27th. In the spring, you know, Maria's In This Moment's coming out with their new album. I'm super excited about that. We're dropping our very new album, our third album. So this is our junior album, and just super excited. It's one of my dream tours, to tour with Maria Brink and Black Veil Brides. I mean, Dead. I just super excited about it, and we don't even know what to expect. We're like kids in a candy store. We're just like, oh my God, I can't believe that this is happening.
That's really insane. I love Maria Brink as well. Oh my God, like even starting like following them like all the way back from like the Gun Show era of them to where they've come to now with like River of Fire, and seeing them kind of grow.
She truly is the mother. She's the goddess. I mean, I have so much mad respect for her, and I can't wait to meet her. You know, she's like, again, one of my idols. One of the reasons why I even scream was Maria Brink and Angela from Arch Enemy. So, you know, this is a huge dream tour for me anyway, personally, as a female front woman.
That's awesome. So you mentioned that you guys have your next album coming out. What can you tell me about that?
It's on pre-order now. You can do, it's bit.ly, Raven Black, RB pre-order, The Key. So our new album title is The Key. That opens all doors. So pick it up, check it out. We have 3 singles out now on Spotify, iTunes, Carnival, Risen from the Ashes, and the new one, which is He Is the One. Those are your teasers for the new album, and it's our dark album, so we're excited about it.
That's awesome. I actually checked out He Is the One the other day, and I love it. I love the lyric video for it. I thought it looked like really eerie and
there will be a new music video come March from the new album. So we'll leave that as a surprise.
Okay, that's awesome. I can't wait. So how would you say this album differs from your previous albums?
Well, our first album, our you know, very first baby album, Seven Sins, was just kind of a introduction to what we are with the creepy and the horror. and our characters, because we do have a comic book. And our second comic book issue is also being dropped next year with the new album. So the story is that, we came across the darkness. So this third album is definitely, the difference is it's much darker, much heavier, and a little bit more of a serious, mature side to us.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I'm so excited to hear this album, and I'm so excited to see you guys kind of grow, like we were talking about before. Like, you guys are like toddlers growing up.
We're toddlers. We're just babies, and we're growing, and we're growing with everyone. The Rejects know, we're out here growing with you guys, and we do listen to what you want and what you love, and we care about your comments, and keep sharing it, keep telling us what you like about our music, and we're gonna keep creating it for you.
That's awesome. I love how you guys are with your fan base, because like I see that, like, there's some bands that, like, I'm not saying that anybody specifically doesn't care about their fan base, because I feel like everybody does to a degree, but you guys seem to go that extra mile for everybody.
You know
what?
We're a new band. We're 3 years old. We're still like kids, like you said, kids in a candy store. We're excited about everything. We're excited to meet you. This is all very new to us, and so we're just soaking it all in. We're taking it all in. We're embracing it. We love the fans. We love to meet them, take pictures with them. It's just, like I said, we're just embracing the whole experience.
That's awesome. That's incredible. So, you guys have been touring a lot,
Yes.
obviously.
Non-stop.
Non-stop touring. Is there like a standout story for you from anything? Something that, like, you're like, oh, that from like that tour.
Gosh, there's so many stories,
Yeah.
many, but I'd have to say the first night of the Static X run, the first one in June in the summer, Wayne Static, he's definitely one of my favorites, Static X, and the very first show I stood side stage and I was in tears, and I had chills all over, and I think Zero is just doing a phenomenal job in representing Wayne's spirit and the tribute and everything. So I'd have to say that in this year, that would be a standout moment for me, because I got real emotional about it. And it takes a lot to get me to, kind of show emotion.
Yeah, no, I totally get that. That definitely would be emotional, because this whole tour is kind of just a ball of emotions for everybody.
Correct.
Which is very understandable.
Yeah, this album specifically got me through a lot of my dark times, so it's just a pumping album.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
For sure. Well, I think that's all I have for you. Thank you so much for taking time to talk with me.
Thank you
and
so
be
much.
sure to check out their album coming out in March, correct?
Yes, The Key.
The Key coming out in March, and be sure to check them on their tour with In This Moment
Yes.
later this year, and I will link all of that in the description of this. Thanks for listening to Chats with the Freak.
That's so cool. Thank you.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for covering